New Death Cab for Cutie has just released I Built You a Tower. I'm very excited for this record, so let's give it a go. I always get a bit emotional. Well, not always, but I just hope Ben does get me to cry. It's the same as Mike from American Football. His lyrics are
Please forgive me.
super
Tonight,
well written.
my head is full of stars,
Bro.
of constellations retreating away from where we are, and I fear I'll soon be wishing on an empty sky.
Already cool and unexpected chord change.
Got this anguish, no, we'll never be satisfied.
It's gonna be a sad one,
It's
huh?
always hungry, so I feed it and have the nerve to wonder why it keeps growing and throwing tantrums just like a child.
It's progression.
And all I need
Okay.
is for you to be kind, but it seems
Okay. Typical Death Cab ascending.
really worth your time.
Because the other progression felt like a Coldplay song, and now it's typical Death Cab. Giving you hope, ascending
Tried to
progression.
mend these broken fences. You claimed I built a wall that I'd obstructed.
Also really
all
like
your
the
exes,
spacing they give between the
As if
chords.
my
They,
aim all along was to keep
I
you
just reacted to
somewhere
Dance
you
Kevin
no
Dance and they're
longer
super
wish
busy
to
always,
be.
and this is like quite the opposite. They just
And all I
give
need
time for chords to breathe and stuff like that.
is for you to
Don't get me wrong, I love both
be
bands.
kind, but it seems
Ben's voice is just
really worth
cool.
your time. All I need
like his highs are so soft. Like
is for you to be kind, but it seems it's rarely worth your time.
I'm really surprised because I feel like this track is close to transatlanticism vibes, and they're departing more and more from that sound. And I know bands, like some bands, are stuck in that sound and
It's rarely worth
they want them to go back, and they've Ben hinted that this record maybe would return to that, but he also mentions a lot like that's in the past and he doesn't see himself that way anymore, he can't connect.
It's rarely worth your time.
But I really love how Death Cab, like, they give you these chord changes that make the song go like in a darker place, but then you have these tempos that just give you hope, those crescendos, like by ascending the chords, or like by putting the music faster in the end, it gives you this sort of hope, like where in the middle they just hold the chords and keep it like more sustained, and give more air to breathe. So I really like the subtleties and the way they do it. By the way, if you're liking this video, please subscribe. And I'm gonna shut up and listen to the... I'm surprised, this one surprised me.
In his search, the end of the
Full
circle
drum kit.
kept arriving
Also
at
enjoy the
the
guitar
start.
tone here.
Having fell every hurdle, she tried to make him feel better. He didn't want to feel better, 'cause he was living for the
Album cover
wandering.
is also interesting.
His heart like a dead letter. It always seemed he was punching her flowers.
Let's see.
Ruminating like a fatalist for hours.
Credits.
With a voice like the sound of slamming doors. In a voice like the sound of slamming doors.
Produced by John Congleton. Mitchell White. Okay. on tour. So if you're close by, these guys are not getting young. They're a good band, so you never know. They come to Europe. Dublin, Manchester. Okay, so they are coming. Oh, in Asia too. Seems in Australia, so this is cool. Cool bass. Yeah, they're not getting young, which is kind of great. Not everyone gets old, but like, wasn't Ben younger? Time flies, man. For you guys who don't know, here's something you can read. Modest Mouse, I think it's also releasing a record this week. So to all of you indie fans, let me know in the comments, maybe I'll react to it. I'll definitely check it out. Really digging the drum kit sound. Here's that breathing room that they're not afraid to use. Some noodles on the guitar riff, which is good. There's not many tracks where they do that, I feel. But then when one door closes, the other one opens, right? Let's keep it positive like that. So yeah, I was hoping, like, not hoping, but I was expecting more the record to sound like the last track. Bro, that kept so chill. Oh, hi here. I don't like, they just give you hope. And there's worse things they could give you, right? But I feel so hopeful, like listening to the world's in shit this year, but let's just enjoy the moment. Am I giving myself a pep talk right now, though? If so, like, right on point. But yeah, people have some, I mean, I've heard people complain that they wanted Chris Wallaback, one of the former songwriters, and some people even go wild and say like the good records from that cab are due to Chris, but like the band is amazing. He's proven himself, like after Chris, like Chris' last record I think was Kintsugi, and yeah, Ben has nothing to prove. By the way, I just found out that the guy has a signature shoe, okay? And he's also like this runner, accomplished runner, long distance. So that was interesting to find out lately. But yeah, like, I also heard he's gone through a divorce recently, and this record might also be about that a bit. Maybe I'm wrong, just confusing with Mike from American Football again. Or was it also other band that divorced the theme for this year? This track was cool. Ooh. Again, I don't think they sound like American football, but this track really feels like tele vibes, telecasting. I wonder what's the tuning, because not sure if it sounds like standard tuning. And the bass, to me, I think this is the record with the most well-mixed bass. Like, I really like the sound of the bass in this one. Ooh, the guitar on the left. This is so American football though. And I'm sorry if I'm yapping less than usual. Maybe you guys find I yap too much. If so, I'm sorry. But if you find I'm yapping less, it's because I want to listen to the lyrics. Some artists have such amazing lyrics that I want to pay attention. And I know, like, my first listen, like, I'll never get the lyrics right on the first listen. So I have to react, but I also have to, like, not yap. I don't know. The snare feels rounder on this one than that other track we listened, like the first or the second one. And the pattern, not in this section, but it's kinda meh. This now we are having some good feels, let's say. No piano on this one, it seems. Bro, yeah. When you build towers for people and idolize them, and then you realize after a while that maybe I shouldn't. Does that happen to you? As I get older, I try to avoid doing that. Not sure if that's the case for you out there. But yeah, what are you guys thinking so far about the record? Not sure if this is your first time hearing Death Cab. If so, I hope you are enjoying it. I think it's pretty chill, and some of the lyrics have resonated with me a lot through the years. And I'm really surprised. I feel like this is a return to their older sound, so I was not expecting that.
I can't recall where I left my mind, I left my
Cool
mind.
bass.
It's somewhere in the rubble, an argument, and hard to find, it's hard to find. I watched as the words were formed, and left your mouth, and how you tried.
Again, here the snare is not as round as the last one. Or was it really kind of impressed. 'Cause I always like their bass, but I feel like in this record it's really out there.
It took so long to get nowhere. It got so loud, it got so loud. And in my mind, I disappeared into the clouds, into the clouds. And how I envy the birds, I envy the birds.
Yeah, bro, I envy the birds sometimes too. Not gonna
In
lie.
the silence, soaring in the silence, is when we speak without words, and no one gets hurt. It's safer when it's quiet. It's safer when it's quiet.
Where is it going now? It's safer when it's quiet, and then it goes quiet. Dig it. Slide solo. Don't remember the last time I heard a slide solo.
Speak without words, no one gets hurt. Speak without words, no one gets hurt.
bro.
Safer where it's quiet.
Now I understand why you envy the birds.
Speak without words.
Humans just make life complicated at times.
Speak without words.
For real.
No one gets hurt. Safer when it's quiet.
And the bass.
Speak without words.
Ooh, cool
No one
vocal
gets
harmony.
hurt. Speak without words. No one gets hurt. Safer where it's quiet. Speak without words. No one gets hurt. Speak without words. No one gets hurt. It's safer when it's quiet. It's safer where it's quiet.
Thought it would change there. Also, like the pattern here. I don't. Yeah. The pattern was cool as well. Like, this one was super dope. The Envy the Birds.
In my mind there's a fog. San Francisco could
And this
handle
gives me like such bedroom 2010 vibes.
melting both ends of the candle.
Or like DLC, remember? I think that TV show DLC was like one of the characters were super crazy into Death Cab, and I was like, Death Cab?
I stare a hole for the ceiling.
Who's Death Cab? Especially in Portugal, like, and like the internet not being what it was today, that show really introduced, I don't know, maybe for guys as well, kind of corny. But yeah, I grew up and I got to watch DLC.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it together. Trying to take
And yeah, thanks to DLC, I got to know Death Cab. And one of the like most amazing records ever, which is Transatlantic City. Really good songs in there.
every day I awake. Like
Really
a
dig the
stone over water.
Chorus
Skipping
effect on the
across
guitar.
lake before I sink to the bottom.
And the
How I wish I
drums
could say
here almost feel like those
that I'm
keyboard
immune to the mirror. Temples fading
drums
to
that you have
gray.
on the keyboards. On the,
See me and
I'm missing the
drawing
words. like Gorillaz type
I can scream and shout,
drums from the Casio key.
learn to live without, but I'm trying to hold it together,
Really like how
trying to sleep through the
trying to
night.
hold it together and then everything
Got
came
my windows open to
on the
the
mix.
weather, and I keep telling my friends I'm alright. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it together,
Really hopeful vibes again,
trying to take the first
despite the
step
misery.
into the arms of wherever, whenever.
Really like the synth here. But yeah, it's gonna get better. I'm telling you. Whatever you guys are going through, everyone's together, yo. Rock guitar, rock windmill. Oh, cool. Not sure if this is the most well mixed record. I think the engineering is pretty good, but I don't know. I kind of wish that track had a bit more clarity.
Death lingered in your doorway,
Ooh,
awaiting invitation,
shit.
like a vampire or a neighbor. They sensed your
Like a
hesitation,
vampire or a neighbor? Shit.
your eventual acquiescence. Rain sheets of pain and anger. But I thought to myself, how heavenly a state. The acceptance of collapsing under unspeakable waves.
It's that neighbor again! Shut the door!
The righteous indignation
And then it was just a pizza guy.
began flowing as expected. You were a question without an answer. And introspection best deflected. There was no closure in your exit. It was a perfume for the scentless.
I wonder also what guitar
Thought to myself,
is using here.
how heavenly a state.
Oh snap. Really like how this feels like a heartbeat.
When
Wonder if the lyrics are going that way. Again, this reading room in the middle of the song, right? And then they lift you up, maybe?
I will breathe for you.
Ooh, cool part.
I will breathe for you. Death lingered in your doorway, and then reached across the threshold. You grasped the hand extended, and were pulled into the unknown. How
Okay.
heavenly a state.
I was just thinking like, maybe this needs some more changes in the structure so it doesn't repeat feel this one was the most repetitive of them all. Like, didn't feel this one was very worked on. But yeah, I mean, it's just one track in the record. So that being said, like, we're reaching the final quarter, let's say, which kind of went kind of quick. When was the last time they did a record? Was it last year? No. Yeah, like, I mean, Trapdoor, 80s vibes. Really like the synths here. By the way, if you never heard Death Cab, all these are good. Like, I really like Asphalt Meadows, Kintsugi, cool. One of the best records ever. Also a good record, this one. And this is also one of the best records ever as well. So Plans in Transatlanticism, more on the slower side, but amazing songs in there. If you know an artist that just has a whole record with these 80s synth vibes, let me know. Like a record that is just songs like this, but a whole record like this. If you know, let me know. Asking for a friend, for real. I have a friend who's crazy on synthwave and stuff. I want to recommend him a record. And there's always records with tracks like this that are bangers, synth bangers, but then the rest of the record isn't like this, and they'll go, oh man, that track is such a cool track, let me listen to the rest, and then yeah, sorry for yapping. Cool guitar there. Beautiful guitar going on. Lo-fi stuff. Ooh. There's a trap door in your heart, I'm falling through. Ooh. Feels like a guitar with the volume on 6 or 7, which is now a chord. Oh. So on the first he did notes, he did the chord instead of notes. And I was expecting notes. Everyone disappears when they reach to pull you near. Amazing guitar, bro. There's beautiful. A trap door in your heart. I wish I knew. The arpeggio going, and then you hear. Now I'm falling through. Beautiful. And also the signature reverb on the piano fits like a glove here. Ooh. Whoa. Bro, there's a trapdoor in your heart. I also enjoyed that line a lot. So yeah, Riptides I heard. I usually don't listen to singles, so I don't get expectations of nothing. But of course, sometimes I'm so hyped for the record that I just hear one thing, that's it. Or like go listen to interviews, that's mostly what I do. Try not to get molded, you know. But I did heard Riptides, and I thought the records would be more like this track. and I feel it's closer to their older sound, but with some experimental tracks like the previous one, but, which is cool. Brand told us that this would be a different record, but it also told us that it should return, so he wasn't wrong. This track, Super 2026. Everyone's a bit overwhelmed, so this lyrics hit hard, I guess. That lyric. Layer after layer. And then this unexpected they're amazing at managing the sweet and the sours with the progressions. It's always balanced and interesting, I feel. But yeah, this definitely feels more modern and electronic than that transatlanticism era that I spoke about. The flavor of metal. And it's not a metal track, don't worry. Dreamy guitar plays in the background. Subtitles.
When I was a kid, I lived in fear of razor blades and the candy.
What?
Bloody Mary in the mirror.
But there's always that sweet legend, right?
Now when I taste something sweet, the flavor of metal is overwhelming me.
For real. I guess this is a metaphor like when things are going good, like you expect them to go sour. Interesting highs here again. There were two notes there that felt a bit altered, but not sure. Don't think Ben does that. It do feels like that sometimes. But here we go, the positives. I wonder if Ben's a positive dude in life, in real life, aside of being a musician. Oh, this feels so The Cure. Also a positive vibe band, even though The Cure is like super darkness, right? It actually rained a lot, and we had a lot of storms in Portugal last week. Cool synth chords here, also very The Cure, I feel. Cool bass. But yeah, if the storms never seem to end for you, just know the sun will always rise. At least for an expected millions of years. So I built you a tower B. Oh, with a darker twist.
A place that no one else would ever find.
The same lyric, right?
I needed you contained, run circles round my brain until I could not think of anything else. At first
Like that part there.
this felt like an old friend. Was strange for many years, but made amends. But into that empty space, my fears began to raise until I could not think of anything else. I'm learning how to live without you, but these ruminations
Feels like a divorce song.
are all about you.
No.
And I thought that I could keep you locked away.
I really like how he went talking about the ruminations, then we kept in silence, like ruminating our thoughts. And then he had this line saying that I don't remember the line, but saying that he couldn't stop for those thoughts to come into his head, and suddenly he had like his voice with this huge attack in your head.
I'm learning how to live without
The snare is interesting,
these ruminations
or is it like a muffled kick of sorts?
are all about you.
Let's see if they do that again.
So tired. I'm learning how to
Like the tiring thing with the dragging drums.
without you. But these ruminations are all about you.
The noise there.
Makes me tired. So tired.
Is that a sixth?
Makes me tired.
Doing the tension there.
Makes me tired.
Ooh.
Tired. Makes me tired. So tired.
There was a part where he's talking about getting tired, and it feels like the drum was was drumming. Here's a Portuguese typical party, traditional party. Anyway, yeah, and he was talking about getting tired and the drumming was dragging down. I wish they would develop that idea more, because this track I felt like had very cool, interesting ideas, which they like. It seems so worked. Oh, it's like the ending track. Damn, I really feel like it's a very good one. It's one of the most worked on in the records. Man, my only complaint is that it felt short. It felt short. And there's a closing to it, because there is I built you a tower A and I built you a tower B, but it didn't felt like the record itself closed, you know. It felt like we had this team and we were kind of working on it, but we never get to the actual thing and then closing it. Not sure if it's just me, but like my first impression was that one. Just we had a good idea and we worked on that idea, but then we didn't really get to where that idea was going, and we also didn't quite close anything really. Just kind of closed the initial topic of that whole conversation, but I felt like there would be much more to talk about. Maybe that's just me. If you disagree, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this record, also, if you never heard Death Cab, if you already heard, if you're, what were you expecting? Did it match your expectations? I enjoyed it anyway. I think it's a good record, but then again, like, these guys almost never fail. I don't remember like a bad record from them ever. I've not listened to all, maybe in the beginning, but so yeah, I really liked Trapdoor. I really liked MV The Birds. Really liked Pep Talk. Punching the Flowers, Full of Stars. Like, a Flavor of Metal for me was the worst one. Not sure if I did Our Heavenly Estate, or maybe I'm confused there. I Built You a Tower was cool, especially since we have the B, and I really like to see both sides and the conclusion of the story, kinda. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this record. If you'd be so kind to take the time. If not, that's okay too. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I have to say this. Please subscribe. If not, that's okay too. Whoever's here until the end of the video, I really appreciate you. I know most people aren't, and that's super okay. But if you are still here, I want to say thank you. You are the true OG.